When you think of fairy tale castles, a few stand out. Germany's Neuschwanstein, Spain's Alcazar of Segovia, and Sintra's colorful Peña Palace. But tucked away in the forests of central Portugal is a hidden gem, a castle built for the last king of Portugal, where winding paths are as spiritual as they are magical. Welcome to the Palace of Bussaco.
Bom dia, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Anywhere with Kristen, where we are filming on location at the beautiful Hotel Bussaco Palace. Guys, this is a literal castle in the middle of a forest, and I'll be totally honest with you. I do feel like we've stumbled across a hidden gem. You know, I've often heard that term hidden gem on YouTube channels. Oh, we found this hidden gem. But like here, it's like a major tourist attraction. Well, I can assure you after staying here, you are secluded. You have a VIP personalized experience. This is somewhere that is so out of the ordinary. It's literally surrounded by a forest that was established by Carmelite nuns and monks in the 1600s, and they built a beautiful trail showing the Stations of the Cross, walking distance from where I'm sitting now. So there's all of this beautiful opulence, right? And all of this exquisite design and taste. So when we originally arrived for check-in, they gave us a room that didn't have much of a view, and it was really quite small. So we went up to the front desk and we said, is there another option that we could potentially have for our stay here over the weekend? And they said, we do have Agatha Christie's room available. Scott's been an English teacher for 28 years. So Scott looks at me, I look at him, and Scott says, well, what do you mean it's Agatha Christie's room? You mean the author? And the gentleman said, oh yes, room number 7 was her room. She completed her work on many novels right here in room 7. So of course we had to have room 7. For us, it was worth it. So we opened the door into room number 7, and there we were in the very room that she had with a big floor-to-ceiling window that overlooked part of the Bussaco Forest and all of these beautiful spires that overlook the Bussaco Mountains. So Scott and I are inside of the Bussaco National Park. So the castle, the Palace Hotel Bussaco, is in the middle of this beautiful wooded park of many acres. And right now we just had breakfast, and now we're going to be walking the Stations of the Cross here in this location of the park. And I can tell you that it is very, very quiet here and restful. Everything's kind of private little alcoves. You kind of forget other people are here.
Here we are, lost in the woods. No hope of ever getting home. My lover, dog-tired, thinking, why in the hell did I listen to him and climb to the top of this hill?
Where's the spa?
Are you scared?
Uh-huh.
A little bit?
Mm-hmm. So we were walking along the gates of Coimbra, which is a very steep mountainous area with walls. So there's like a wall and then there's a drop. And then there's another wall and there's a drop. It had a beautiful vista. And we really worked hard to get there. It was like almost 3/4 of the way through the whole hike. We would occasionally pass by different people on the road. They just kind of say hello and then they keep moving. And there was a lady who had her dog unleashed. Now, this dog was about this big. It was a tiny, tiny little dog, super cute. And the dog was just kind of frolicking. The dog literally leapt over the wall, dropped down about 15 feet and into a very briar-like area. Everybody who was in that area started rushing towards the wall and all talking in Portuguese. And this tiny little dog is down there whimpering. It was so sad, honestly. Scott decided to help this Portuguese lady, and it was very rocky and very hilly. There was no trail, like they're just making their way through the woods. There's a bunch of other people at the top, and we're trying to keep the dog in one place so the dog doesn't tear off, and they're trying to find it. It was a hot mess. Finally, the lady actually got to the dog before Scott did. But it was just so unexpected to be on this contemplative walk and all of a sudden see this little dog just like literally like leap over. It was comical to watch and horrifying to know what that dog just did. So after a very long, arduous 2-hour uphill hike through the Bussaco Forest, we finally found our way back to the Palace Hotel, got showers, started to feel human again, and now we're waiting for our food at this quaint cafe. Well, we happened to stumble upon the Bread and Honey Festival of Luso, Portugal. And we got this delicious mel encostas dos Bussaco. So we tried all these different honeys and then we ended up with this one, which was quite delicious and different than any other honey I've ever tried. It had a different taste and texture to it. Yeah. But yeah, we're just having a great time.
What is this? Honey liquor, right?
This is Leapt. This is a honey liqueur.
How is it?
Kristen is antiquing.
My thing.
Weakness.
Love old school.
We are at Dona, Sardinha. It's kind of like a chill, millennial, Gen Z vibe. There's people our age too, but it's definitely a younger crowd. The vibes are good. The lighting, the ceiling, the foliage, the water. I do have thoughts about the water though. So we are in the spring water capital of Portugal. Luso has been known for hundreds of years as having the best spring water. I can't figure out why the water out here looks green. Probably not spring water, but still pretty.
How is the cold tomato soup?
I've never had cold tomato soup before, but it is refreshing on a hot summer day. And it's the vibes. And I'm glad to eat it. So at the moment, we are currently waiting for Estrela Gomes to take the stage under this ancient tree. It's all lit up so beautifully so that she can sing, and she has a very unique voice. We heard her first set.
And we couldn't get enough.
Scott could not get it. Scott loves this woman.
I do. This is our anniversary, so don't get any ideas.
Like, he's like, do you have a vinyl? Where are you playing next? He was like all starstruck, this cute little girl we never saw before.
No, her voice is soulful. You'll hear it.
Yeah, she's really good. Seriously.
She's really good.
The 2 days that we spent at the Palace Hotel do Bussaco, exploring its various floors and surrounding grounds, was an adventure that we will not soon forget. On our very last day there, one of the Palace Hotel do Bussaco's concierge members gave us a tour, teaching us about the palace's architecture and history.
Welcome to Palace Hotel Bussaco. This building was started to build in 1888 by the last king of Portugal, Dom Carlos I. On these tiles can show us one battle, the Battle of Bussaco. This happened the day 27 September 1810 with the Solis English and Portuguese leadership. That person, Lord Wellington.
Was he British?
Yeah, the Solis British and the Portuguese fight together versus French leadership, Massena and Napoleon.
Oh yeah, Napoleon. He was not a friend of Portugal.
No.
Okay.
Not really. So here in this lobby, we have this material, this table and the chairs. We call them this material Indo-Portuguese because it was built and imported by one of the last colonies Portuguese from India, specifically Goa.
If I was a king and I wanted to buy this beautiful antique.
The specific price?
What would it cost if I was a king and I wanted this for my living room?
Probably 1 million.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
1 million euros?
Yeah.
Wow. And you guys just have it here for your guests to use.
Yeah.
Don't you get nervous when they bring coffee to this table?
No,
Oh,
not really.
I would have a heart attack. Okay.
All the guests can sit and can play, for example, the cards.
One of the things that surprised me about this hotel is it's rather exclusive. You can't just come off from backpacking on the street and just walk in and have this tour. You actually have to be a guest of the hotel, right?
Right. I and my colleagues respect privacy for the guests.
Bravo.
And I think it's very important for the guests.
It is. It is. Yeah. Because you want to feel like you're staying somewhere private and not a museum for everybody to walk in your room.
On the tiles, we have the discoveries. This man, Portuguese man, Pedro Alves Cabral, found the Brazil in the first time in the history. 1500, that's the year. It's a long time ago.
Yes, very.
Yeah.
Wow, gorgeous.
I will show you
Thank you.
on the first floor. So, these different tiles, the right side can show us one battle. That battle happened in Ceuta, North Africa.
And who designed these tiles?
Jorge Colasso, the same person to build the station of São Bento in Porto.
Okay, yeah.
The same person.
Yeah, the most famous train station in Portugal. It's a train station, but it's also a tile museum.
Yeah, exactly.
And how many years ago were these tiles put into the walls of the palace here?
Well, after this building was built, 1908.
So one of the things I noticed about the stonework here is that really there is nowhere here that you can sit in the whole hotel and not see something beautiful and ornate and different. Even down to the columns, how the columns are just distinctly different. Every single one of these little tiny things is different. And this one doesn't look like the one at the top of the stairs or upstairs here.
Yeah, upstairs.
Why do you think that he wanted to create so much beauty all around in places that maybe one person might see?
The architect was architect Italian Luigi Manini, the same person to build in Quinta da Galera in Sintra. The specific thing is very important for that person, the Luigi Manini. I think the person to give these little details and can show us one specifically important by our history, the Portugal history.
I think in my mind, I think to myself, how much care and precision these guys must have had. I know in my own life, I don't get that in depth with every tiny decision. It's kind of a good example. You know, every little decision leads to a big masterpiece, you know.
And here we have the first floor in the central area. We call this material China Portuguese because it was built and imported by the last colon Portuguese from China, Macau. Yeah, you can look the snakes.
Yeah.
It's like a symbol of China.
Wow.
Yeah, for example, here, the dragons. Not the snakes, I'm sorry.
Sure.
Yeah, the dragons.
Was this staircase here, was this originally the servants' quarters?
Exactly.
Aha. And how many servants or staff had worked here in the earliest years?
Like 25 persons.
25 people worked here at the hotel?
Please come in.
Feels so exclusive.
Yeah, we have these rooms here and have access directly from the room.
Oh, wow. Now, what is the most exclusive room in the hotel?
King Suite and the Queen Suite. I will show you.
Now, you have 3 classes of rooms, correct?
Exactly.
You have a basic room, then you have
the classic room, the superior room, and we have our garden suites, 2 garden suites, and the royal suites.
King Suite.
Come in.
Da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da.
650 euros per night.
I believe it. The final king of Portugal, did he actually stay in these quarters?
Just the son, Dom Manuel II.
The son of the king.
Yeah,
so
only 5 nights. Yeah, the prince.
He only stayed 5 nights.
Exactly.
And then what happened after that?
Well, because his mother assassinated in Lisbon.
She was assassinated.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a table, I presume, that flips
Exactly.
up? Oh, wow. Is it only for ceremonial purposes? Wow. It's really something here. I can see why someone looking for a really luxurious experience wants this. Beautiful. Thank you for showing us. Very magnificent.
You're welcome.
And as we said goodbye to Palace Bussaco, its lavish gardens and surrounding forests with their mysteries, and the neighboring town of Luso, its mystic romance will live on in our hearts, and is a place whose magic we will recommend to all who visit Portugal.
Would highly encourage you to accept that upgrade if you're a bit of a history or a murder novel nerdy movie buff. And is that a thing? Can you be a nerdy?
I don't know. It's murder mystery.
Okay. If you're a nerdy murder mystery person, you need number 7 at the Grand Palace Hotel of Bussaco. So put that in your pipe and smoke it.